10 seconds to pick.
Hello everyone, welcome to this solo
5
game
seconds.
from the
Hurry,
ESPortal
hurry.
tournament for today. It's going to be Vega Squadron in a best of 3 up against Virtus Pro. And we're already
Radio
well into the
spam.
draft, so I'll get right into it. I'm Sindar. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy the cast. So what we've got so far is a first pick Bloodseeker coming out from Vega. That hero has
Dive
just
ban.
completely shot up in popularity ever since ESL won Frankfurt, and for good reason. I think teams have finally sort of figured out where it fits in the meta, how to play it in a way that that fits with what they want to do. So it's
Only
really
10
interesting to see that
seconds.
hero, and it's a really good combo with Winter
5
Wyvern
seconds remain.
as well. He's fairly squishy for all the damage he deals,
Reserve
and being able to
time.
save him from, for example, if he's netted up by Naga and Shadow Fiend's ready to raise him, is with that Cold Embrace is quite handy. So, good dual opening for Vega so far. Fits their aggressive style that they love to play. And, well, Tusk as a follow-up to that as
Radiant
well.
Team pick.
Very, very scary. But Virtus Pro, a team that is equally as comfortable being aggressive. Now, they've got the Shadow Fiend, the Naga. I'm guessing this is Naga support. We've seen a lot of Naga support recently, and I'd be very surprised if they were playing this as a core into what Vega have to offer. Obviously, Bloodseeker, great at tracking Naga down. Tusk, great at
10
tracking Naga
seconds to
down.
pick.
These are good heroes at shutting her down before
5
she
seconds. Hurry,
gets that
hurry.
inevitable stage when she's got
Reserve time.
that Manta style, that Radiance, and maybe that Heart as well. They've banned out the Clockwork and the Zeus. So Zeus is probably banned for the mid lane, trying to give Shadow Fiend as good a lane as possible. And as far as the others go, just banning out strong cores. So maybe trying to make space for something a little greedier, something that can't fight quite as early. On Vega's side, they've banned out the Lesh as well as the Quap. So we've got most of our common cores in this patch taken away. You've got no Gyro, no Phantom, no Quap, and no Lesh. That's a pretty good chunk of heroes that have been run incredibly commonly. The Silencer ban for Vega is a very interesting one. VP have played it in the 1 position before on Illidan, and it could have been a really good choice here. Tusk being able to silence as the snowball's coming in, so the snowball lands and then the Dire has no follow-up. So it's a nice counter to that initiation. And just a good potential core in this game as well, being able to
Dire's
take
turn to
away
make
mana
all
for
the
these
wrong
heroes that are
choices.
somewhat mana limited. A Spirit Breaker will be the pickup for VP. Clear sign that they're just as eager to fight early as Vega are. And a good way of locking down the Bloodseeker, who can be just so quick and so hard to catch up to. Well, can't run from charge. And another strike on top of that
10
holds him in
seconds
place
to
long
pick.
enough for some raises to connect, for a net to connect. It's a very solid choice here, I think.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
Now, there are lots of ways to dodge his charge here.
Reserve
Winter
time.
Wyvern can Cold Embrace, Tusk can Snowball save whoever's getting charged on the initial charge. Not landing really throws a wrench in Spirit Breaker's initiation, but in general, I think it's still a very good pick here. And both sides still hiding 2 of their cores, I imagine. I'm guessing Spirit Breaker's going to be played as a support
Radiant
here,
team
although
are now
it could
picking.
be an off lane for DK Phobos, potentially with some kind of other laning support to help him out in that off lane. And Vega will follow up with a Disruptor, so that's going to be a Tusk off lane, actually. And they may want to do the same thing. Run a duel off with
Only
Tusk and
10
someone else.
seconds.
But even if they don't, I think, depending
5
on
seconds remain.
what Virtus Pro pick up, Naga a decent harassing hero, and okay, Dazzle as well. So if Tusk is solo off, this is going to be a hard lane for him. Dazzle and Naga both very good at zoning people out, and there's a lot of kill potential there. Naga can net and then illusion, and Dazzle can then heal bomb off the illusions, and that's going to be a dead Tusk if that happens. So
Only 10 seconds.
I would hope that Vega will duel
Radiant's
off here,
ban.
just because I don't think Tusk is going to be able to get anything accomplished otherwise. And the Skywrath final ban. So they are expecting this to be a core Naga. That's interesting.
10 seconds to pick.
I mean,
5 seconds.
now that we've
remaining.
seen that Tusk is in the off lane, Naga core could be viable because
Reserve time.
Vega don't have a lot late.
Dire team pick.
Bloodseeker obviously can be a very good carry, but he is, at all stages of the game, squishy. And Naga may, like, given what Vega's lineup is right now, if the game does go past 35, 40 minutes, then a Naga core would basically have the potential to completely take over the game. They don't really have ways to deal with a farm Naga
Only 10
on Vega's
seconds.
side.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
And the thing is, I'm pretty sure that Vega probably wouldn't
Reserve
have
time.
picked it second as a farming core, but now that they've seen the rest of Vega's lineup, they may just decide to switch it up, decide, hey, you know what, this can work for us. So we'll have to see what they're thinking, and it'll be a Storm Spirit final pick, so that'll
Radiant
probably be
team
in the
pick.
mid lane, up against the Shadow Fiend, with then Bloodseeker in the safe, farming with maybe Winter Wyvern Disruptor support, although they could run an aggressive try. Bloodseeker, a hero that can do okay for himself solo in the safe. Not sure how much kill potential there is, though, with the Tusk Winter Wyvern Disruptor. And VP will finish off with Alina, so it is a support Naga. And
Naga's turn to
Lina
make all
will
the
be
wrong
played by Illidan
choices.
Stormrage in the hard farming role. This is a hero that has really completely stopped being played in this role. And I'm slightly sad about that. I'm glad to see Illidan picking it up, because I think her ability to make really flashy plays as a farming hero is quite strong. And Illidan, a hero that will find the gold and will get the most out of that hero. So I'm really liking both lineups, honestly. And I think a lot of it will come down to the early roam between the supports on both VP and Vega. But that being said, we're off to the races. Let's get
Prepare
started here.
yourselves. We're nearly
In
ready.
game 1 of this best of 3, Virtus.pro versus Vega. On the side of the Radiant, we've got G on the Shadow Fiend. He'll be backed up by Illidan Stormrage, farming in the core on that Lina. We've got Lil playing the support Naga Siren, FNG on that support Dazzle, and DK Phobos on the Spirit Breaker, who's teleported to place very, very aggressive ward here, which will block out this pull camp, hoping to give himself a nice early start. On the Dire side, we've got no one playing the mid Storm Spirit. It'll be Pashu Bashu on this farming Bloodseeker. Solo will play the Disruptor, and that leaves Seema the Slayer on the Winter Wyvern, and Mag
1 minute
taking
until
that
30
solo
seconds after battle.
offlane Tusk, it looks like. So fairly standard lanes so far. It looks like it will be a defensive try on both sides, potentially. And as far as rune battles go, it looks like Vega have the top locked down, and G will secure the bottom on his Shadow Fiend. Not rushing a bottle, but
It's
wanting
time
an early bottle
fantasy
for
world
himself,
avatars to
and
pretend
should be able to
to
claim it
murder
here.
one another.
So Bounty Rune going the way of both mids. It should give them a fairly even start. And they do have supports blocking for them, so this mid lane, it should favor Shadow Fiend. No one won't have enough comfort in the early phases when he's stronger to really harass G out, I think. And it won't be long before G's damage is just too much for the Storm Spirit to deal with. But we'll have to see. Meanwhile, it's actually a dual mid for both sides right now. And DK Phobos getting harassed down by Solo while Pashu farms up. Meanwhile, in the offlane, Mag taking a lot of damage. This is kind of what I expected out of this offlane for him. He's really not going to have a good time, especially if Dazzle ends up showing up here. For now, Dazzle's sticking around mid, supporting the Shadow Fiend, wanting to make sure he has a good start, doing a little bit of stacking for him as well. So G should be off to the races in this game, and if he is, this is a hero that can deal very, very well with the cores of Vega, given adequate support. So his team can lock no one down, and G can definitely dish out the damage very, very promptly. So far, Storm Spirit doing very well for himself in this mid lane. G actually getting quite low. No one's going to go for this. Is he going to be able to find the kill? He may. There's that last hit. No one picks up the first blood. Very, very nice play for him. G playing just a little too far up, not respecting the overload damage coming out from no one. And well, this lane all of a sudden is trouble for VP. They may need to rotate FNG back on the support Dazzle, because VP's needs the Shadow Fiend to work out. And the last person you want to give any kind of snowball to is the Storm Spirit on the side. So
Gold for me.
that being said, how's the other lanes going? It's actually Vega with the early start here. Pashu and Storm Spirit, no one leading the board as far as last hits go. Shadow Fiend 9-1 against the 15-3 Storm Spirit. As we've said, he's having a rough start. But also Lina, only 11-8 compared to the 14-7 Bloodseeker. I mean, it's not a huge difference, but every little bit helps. And I mean, he should be having free farm here. He's not really being contested. Meanwhile, 3 heroes mid lane. They're going on G. Snowball in from Meg, but he may have come a little too far. FNG helps him turn it around. They will get a kill here. No, salve at the last minute. Uphill miss from FNG. Very unfortunate for him. And DK Phobos charged in as well, so very, very close to taking G down there. That would have been disastrous if he'd fallen again. So nice save from VP supports there, and very, very needed. Looks like they are sticking around. DK Phobos going for the charge in now, but no one is far enough back, it looks like, and he will be fine. He's only 1 level away from his 6 now, and once he hits that, it's a little harder for VP to go. Although Spearbreaker is really, really good against Storm, just because the zip away does not cancel the charge. He will continue to follow you. So, G, gotta be careful. Misses the raise, but no one won't commit for that. He'll be fine. And well, G has his bottle of now, so that makes things just so much easier for him. He's going to be able to sustain. He's going to be able to back off and farm these camps that FNG is still so helpfully stacking for him. And DK Phobos sitting in the river, waiting for the charge, but he did walk past this ward, so they do know he's coming, and they're expecting it. And look at all the pressure that's being put on this mid lane, all the attention that's being brought to it. You've got 3 heroes from the Radiant in the area, 4 heroes from the Radiant in the area, actually, and 3 from the Dire. And Lil may be in trouble here. He's off in no man's land looking for the wraparound, but won't find it. And now he's trapped, surrounded, and will be brought down. Who's going to get the last hit? It'll be no one on the Storm. So that's a great start for him. Now 2-0. And G gets a little bit of space to farm. He's starting to catch up. Now 25. Actually, he has caught up completely with the Storm. So the support from VP has given him at least a way back into this game. And actually, the farm on both the farming cores here, Pashu and Illidan, have evened out completely. So it's now a little more even as far as last hits go. And let's just check on the levels of these supports. Actually, Seam of the Slayer not having a lot of fun with this. Meanwhile, no one. Will he get the last hit off? No, G goes for it, but doesn't connect. Zip away. No one very, very low, though, and has to be careful here. G taking tower shots. Is going to have to back, and no one may be able to turn this around. No, there's still bottle charges for G, and he'll be just fine. There's rotation coming in from Seam the Slayer. He really has not gotten anything done this game. Only level 1. He just hits level 2 now, and now they're going for it. But there's a charge onto Solo. He's the one who's going to be caught. Glimpses DK Phobos back. But the Rays will miss onto the high ground, so G not connecting on that one. And now G may be in trouble. There's the slow from no one. Turns around, throws out a Rays, and with that they'll have to back. FNG acting as a bodyguard. DK Phobos is back again. Gets another charge on Seema. Nice bash, first hit. And now, oh, cold embrace at the last second, but the Rays is there to finish him off. That'll be a nice pickoff from BP. G very, very low, but Solo has to be careful here. DK Phobos wants this. No bash, though, so zip in from no one. Shallow grave onto G will save him, though, and very, very aggressive play in this mid lane. Oh, nice jump in from Lil. Takes down the Disruptor and is going further. Wants no one, but now he's surrounded yet again by 3 heroes. He's gone a little too far. His team isn't in the area, and he is going to fall. Kashibasha will clean that one up. So maybe a little overzealous of Lil. He got the first kill with that Riptide, but maybe pursuing for more was just a little too ambitious. Still, aggression meeting aggression here in this early game, and G, he retreats the jungle and can clear up this nice 3-stack. The level on the supports is gonna become a problem for Vega if they don't pick this up rather quickly. Just the heroes that VP have, the Spirit Breaker especially, and the follow-up from the Lina or the Shadow Fiend, just destroys these low-level supports. If they can't tank up a little bit, then you risk letting VP just start rolling over you. And both teams with a very snowbally lineup, or a lineup that can snowball quite effectively, and I'll have to see who gets the space to do so. Checking the net worth, it is your Dire still ahead on their cores, but well, that'll help the Radiant out quite a bit. Bottom tower going down. It is denied, but let's take a quick peek at the gold graph. It's only 7 minutes in, but okay, so relatively even, all things considered. Not much of a gap between these two teams, and well, we'll have to see how the next few minutes go. Feels like both these teams are definitely not going to be looking to back off from fighting. And we've got a very, very nice early aggressive ward placed here by the Dire. Scouting out movements between the top and middle lane. Very, very effective vision, and very aggressive vision as well. Gives Vega the knowledge they need to make some dives happen, and well, at the same time,
Denied.
DK Phobos is looking to go. He wants it, you can tell, but he's just gonna find some farm in the mid while Shadow Fiend's cleaning up this stack. He does so. He's now up to 4,000 gold. Very, very close to the Storm Spirit, given that he gave up first blood. Very, very good for him. Now, what's the item ramp for these guys? So, G, we still yet to see what the first item he goes for is going to be. Will it be the mech? Will it be the more aggressive Blink Ghouls kind of build for those pickoffs? And at the same time, Vega, they've picked up a Midas on Pashubashu, so maybe an interesting choice from them, given that their lineup is so fight heavy, but maybe they feel that with the Storm Spirit they have this more solid late game. I'll have to see if they're right. A little bit of engagement in the mid, just harassing G a little bit with those ice shards as mag, and he's managed to almost hit his level 6. Nice for him, and no one with an Invis rune online. Looks like he may be going for an early Orchid after the Soul Ring. I believe I saw that initial component. So he's wanting to find a kill here, rotating around into the Dire Radiant jungle. Will Lil be caught out? He's level 5 as well, almost at his 6.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Very nice for him. And
Dire's middle tower
a support who can definitely use levels very, very effectively. Now, no one, this is really smart. He knows they're going to be stacking for the Shadow Fiend. He waltzes in here, cleans up a nice double stack, and well, he'll go for more, but there's no more to be found, so he'll just retreat. They are spotting him out with this vision, but he's got a haste rune, so he feels rather comfortable in doing this. And now, rotating mid. It will be the mech pickup for G. He's already halfway there. And No one scouting very, very aggressively. He's going for this stack, and he will take it very, very effectively. Beautiful play from him, realizing what VP are going to be going for here. And nice aggressive play with that haste rune to feel safe. Cleans it up. Manor pause coming out? No, it's a bit of lag. So what have we got? We were in the middle of talking about items, and Pashu Bashu's build interests me, but I guess if they feel like they want to go for sort of a mid to late setup, they do have heroes for it. Disruptor, Winter Wyvern, both heroes that scale very effectively into the late game. But I mean, to be fair, Dazzle and Naga Siren do as well, so I'm not sure if their comfort taking this late is warranted, but that's what they've decided to go for. And well, G picking up that mech, they want to fight and push early. They don't really have great tower siege. Well, actually, Illidan. Once he's got those 3 stacks up, he can burst down buildings rather quickly. That Fiery Soul. And it looks like he's going for that Yule's first opener, which is just very, very core on Lena's, so makes perfect sense. As for the other heroes, FNG very, very poor, but Dazzle really doesn't need much. Just his abilities will make him continue to be very, very effective this entire game. And Seema is still only level 4. This is a hero that you really would like that 6 on. They are, looks like, giving him a little bit of space in this solo lane, which is very, very important because they need his 6 in order to fight. Like, it's just such an important teamfight ability for Vega that they really don't want to take a fight without it. And you know what? Maybe that's why Pashu went for the Hand of Midas. Just because he realizes his team isn't quite ready to fight yet, so he may as well get some interim items to help accelerate him. So we're back in the game. Not too much of a wait, luckily. And let's see what both sides want to do. I feel like when VP pick up the mech on Shadow Fiend, that'll be their go. That'll be their initial, let's try and take an objective. And I think Vega want to slow things down a little bit. They're not quite looking to pressure just yet. Want to hold back, farm up, get some levels. And I imagine once Winter Wyvern hits 6, they'll be a little more eager to go. Surprisingly passive play from both these teams, given their lineups. I say that, it's 7 kills at 11 minutes, but you haven't seen nearly as many rotations as one might expect, except to the mid lane, where this is almost a pub with everyone rushing mid at the 10-minute mark to try and fight. G leans up the wave, goes back to his jungle, as a good Shadow Fiend should. He is starting to farm up quite effectively, matching the Storm Spirit still, and should be pulling ahead of him, and actually would be farther ahead if Storm Spirit hadn't stolen those stacks. Winter Wyvern now halfway to 6, so he's recovered nicely. His team have given him the space he needs, which was very important. And PK Phobos, he's farming up this bottom lane. What's he going for? Just his power treads. I imagine BKB will be a very good choice for him in this game. But Bloodseeker is not a fun hero to play against as Spirit Breaker, because you can't rely on that charge to get you out of harm's way. If he manages to find that rupture on you, then Yule's on to no one. The stun comes out, and will he fall? No, the nice save from the Winter Wyvern, and now it's VP in trouble. G stuck around way too long. No one wants this, and G, nice song to TP out. He will make it away, but will Lil be so lucky? No. Very aggressive play onto no one. That Yule's pickup from Lina into the Laguna Blade, very, very effective, and they almost had him. With the Cold Embrace by Seema at the last second, just exactly what Vega needed to get back into this fight, and, well, VP want to re-engage. The charge out onto Seema the Slayer, but Pashu Bashu, Bloodright, silences everyone, and G, he's in too deep. He's going to fall here. Ice Shard's barely not blocking him out. He will go for the Requiem. No, he won't. He cancels it as all of Vega retreats. So, was that a buyback? No, it wasn't. But VP come back in and don't really get anything done. All of Vega's able to retreat. They do preserve the tower, but it takes a lot of damage. And with that mecha online, initial use not as effective as VP wanted it to be. Meanwhile, we got a charge onto Vag in the river. He will fall. The combo between him and DK Phobos is very, very effective. So that gives them at least a recovery kill. But they want more. Here comes the Yules onto Seema. Are they going to find him? No, he goes into the trees, but no one TP's in. He's going to be fine. He's got lots of mana. Going for the deny on the tower. Will find it, but the net comes out. No, he dodges it with a nice zip. And now it's VP in trouble. Lil trying to back away. Slowed down. The heals are there from FNG. And Illidan posting up in the front, trying to drive them back. So will end up being... Was the tower denied? Yeah, it was. Nice, very nice play from Vega.
Taking damage.
And that's 2 towers now that have been denied. So VP not getting the golden flux they were hoping for, and you can see it on the board here as Vega's cores are ahead of their counterparts on the Radiant side.
Dire's middle tower taking damage.
And with all the supports at their 6s now, you can see the effects. Solo and Winter Wyvern, Seema the Slayer, have both been very, very effective in these initial team fights, and will continue to be.
Structures are fortified.
And I think VP slightly underestimating the catch from Winter Wyvern, or the slow down of the fight. That Cold Embrace being so effective against VP's lineup in particular. I mean, you've got the charge, you've got the Lina abilities, all single target, you've got G with those raises. They really want to burst someone down to start the fight, and those Cold Embraces have been just completely on point this game.
Dire's top tower
Well, that being said, though, VP, they've rotated 5 heroes into the top lane, scouting out with the Naga illusions, wanting to know if anyone is coming in on them, but it looks like this may just be a sack tier 2 from Vega. They're not interested in engaging.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
Well, they'll go for a trade.
Dire's top tower
Mag pressuring
is
the
being
bottom,
attacked.
but as I say that, here comes the smoke. But it's too late. The tower's down. VP, G gets caught out, goes for the Requiem, doesn't get it off, and now he's caught in that static storm. The song comes out. Will they be able to get away, though? They don't want to. They want to fight. Zip comes out onto G. He's being pulled back in. Seems the Slayer taking a lot of damage and will fall. No one on the high ground, but G graved up. He will fall. Mag takes a lot of damage from that Death Requiem, but won't go down. Pashu Bashu lives barely, and at the same time, Lil, caught in the middle of the fight, he's going to fall. FNG is here with the heals, but it's not going to be enough. Snowball onto Lil, and now FNG caught out, alone, trapped, and will fall, it looks like. So it ends up being well, it will be in a moment, a 4-for-1 coming out from Vega. Excellent play from them. They really baited that incredibly well. The smoke coming in from the 2 people who needed it most, the Disruptor and the Winter Wyvern. They catch G, prevent him from doing most of his damage, and in the meantime, no one, and Pashu Bashu just zipping around the back of the fight, picking off supports. 6-10 now, 17 minutes in, and EP, after that fight, they did get the tier 2, so that's important map control for them, but they have to be a little concerned about the game state right now. Vega took that fight a little too easily. Strong Spirit working on his... Actually, he didn't end up going for the Orchid. He's going for that Bloodstone, and... How far is he at? Oh, he's almost there. He just needs the recipe, so... Nice timing for him. And what's Pashu Bashu picked up next? He's gone for a BKB first item. Interesting choice. But I mean, I guess against Lina, against Shadow Fiend doesn't really have right click yet because he went for that mech build. So this will enable Pashu Bashu to fight very, very effectively early. And looks like we've got a smoke play coming up from Vega. They want to capitalize on this aggression. And G may get caught out here playing forward all by himself. His team is nearby, but are they close enough? The Blood Right's going out. Will it hit on anyone? It will not. But the zip comes in. Shadow Fiend's still alive, but very, very low. He does get off the Requiem. but will fall. And now Pashu BKB popped. He's got the Rupture out on Illidan, who will not be able to get away. Falls. That's 2 cores down, and FNG will be the follow-up. He graves himself, but he doesn't have TP available. He's just trying to do what he can, but he's going to fall. And the glimpse back onto Lil. This is going to be a 4-man wipe yet again, just 2 minutes after the last one. Very, very effective smoke play from Vega, and Shadow Fiend, he was playing a little far up with no heroes on the map. Maybe relying a little too heavily on FNG to save him, but just couldn't do enough, and now Vega will rotate right into the Roche pit. Should be able to claim this very, very easily, although there is a charge coming out on no one. They had this vision, but no one else can get there. And if DK Phobos completes this, it's just suicide. They do see him coming in from the creeps as well, and he will cancel. Roche is taking a while to fall, actually, and FNG gets the weave out. They're rotating in. Will it be fast enough? Roche has not fallen yet, and all of the Radiant are in the area. This could go very badly for Vega. Here comes the song to initiate. The Blood Right is not going to land. Oh, it does land on G, or on Illidan. That's very unfortunate. No one gets to zip onto the high ground. Bashu taking a lot of damage and may fall here, but Illidan may go down first. Winter Wyvern on the high ground doing a lot. No, it's 2 down for Vega, but it's a trade. 2 for 2. Nice. Static Storm coming out from solo, but there's no lockdown for it. And now DK Phobos charge out onto him. Will he be able to lock him down long enough for G to arrive? Nice bash coming out from him, and looks like Solo won't be able to get away, so the Raze will finish it off. Shadow Fiend picks up that kill, and now they may be able to clean up the Roche for themselves. That's a 2 for 3 exchange for VP. Given how the last 2 fights have gone, that's very nice for them. And with the Aegis being able to be claimed for G, that'll make VP's next team fight so very effective. He's been the first one to fall. Oh, jump in from no one. He doesn't get it, though. G will pick up the Aegis, but Seema the Slayer is here, and he is supporting very, very effectively. That's 2 heroes down. He locks himself in the Cold Embrace, will end up falling, but no one gets away, which I really did not think he would be able to there. Sticking around, honestly, this may be a bit of a poor play, but he's got lots of support rotating in. He's taking a lot of damage, but no, that'll be the end of it. Blood Right comes out. G may be in trouble here. He stuck around way too long. Will sacrifice the Aegis because of it. He wanted that Storm Spirit kill, but not sure how that was going to go. Rupture comes out on G. He won't be able to run away. Pashu, BKB'd up. Nice glimpse to do a little more Rupture damage. The right clicks are coming in onto Pashu, and the Grave will be there. Will G be able to live through this? The charge is coming out onto Solo. He's trapped in the pit, and he will fall, and G will be just fine. So nice recovery. Oh, the Ice Shards! They almost finish off G, but the heal comes out from FNG, and now DK Phobos in trouble. He goes for the snowball save. Illidan taking a lot of damage and will fall. Not anticipating the damage that can come out from these supports, and the Cold Embrace will be there. Will Mag be able to be saved? The charge is coming out onto him. He's going to commit for it. No, blink away, and that'll be the end of it. Wow. The support play from Vega has been absolutely impeccable. This Winter Wyvern has just made the game for them. The number of saves, the amount of damage that's coming out, that Winter's Curse doing absolute work inside that Roche pit. And, well, things are a little bit more even now. VP did take a lot of that fight, but they burned the Aegis without being able to use it for any objective. And I think Vega will be relatively happy with how that fight went. Let's just take a peek at the gold graph. Yeah, we're talking an incredibly even game. Only about maybe 1,500 gold lead for Vega. And as far as experience goes, a little bit more in their favor, but still not insurmountable. Only about 5k. Phobos is picking up of Vlad's, so that'll be really great for the Lina. Lina needs some survivability here. She's going for that Aghanim Scepter, and she needs that HP because she is getting blown up in these fights. And if she gets caught in that Blood Right, she is pretty useless at this point. She can't get the Fiery Souls up, she can't do the right clicks. She doesn't have that control she needs, so she really needs to survive through that and be able to get off her spells. For VP to have a chance of winning any of these fights. Now, charge onto Mag. He does have the snowball save ready if he can get it off in time. Nope, the cancel will come out from DK Phobos. They earn him up. There comes the snowball save, and G. Well, this should be a kill. He's completely surrounded. There's the Nether Strike and the net as a follow-up. Shadow Fiend will secure it with a raise, so nice pick off from them. can't really be that far out on your own when there's a Spirit Breaker in the game, because the catch is just too strong.
Radiant's
Little
top
bit out of
tower is
position
being
there.
attacked.
The mag. He's got a Blick Dagger though, so his farm is in a great place, and he can afford to have the couple of deaths here and there. Illidan, very, very close to that Aghanim Scepter, but if he gets caught out here, the Rupture comes out. He's running away, waiting for the Grave. Will it be there? Oh, Yule's at the last second. FNG playing with fire, man. And there's the zip in. There's the Grave. It's a bait. They want no one. Will he be able to get away here? There's the net. Comes out. The stun. No, it's not enough. He gets away. And now Illidan in trouble. No, he will survive. The mech is there. And, well, they try and zone them out, but the charge is coming out onto no one. He zips, but you can't zip from the charge. No, TK Phobos will cancel it. Worrying about diving in too far away from his team. And Lil doing work with these song saves. But they really want to be using them to set up kills. And the only one time they've tried to do that, it didn't work out for them in the top lane under that tower. So nice scouting, though, with these illusions. And Vega being herded back towards their base, while VP march through, clean up their jungle, and then we'll probably back. And Lil has a Glimmer Cape now online. That's a huge deal for them. Nice potential to save someone who's ruptured, someone who's getting snowballed on. FNG with the going for a 4-staff, I imagine, with the Medallion of Courage already online. And Storm Spirit, he's finished off his Bloodstone now with 13 charges and halfway to an Orchid. More than halfway, actually. So his farm is pretty scary, but VP are getting to the point where they have tools to deal with it. Maybe not to kill him, but to block whoever he goes on from dying. And it'll be an easy 2-hero takedown of the Tusk. That Nether Strike plus Laguna Blade being committed makes it an easy kill. And now it looks like they may want to push out this lane. There's 5 heroes or VP in the area. G will pick up a haste rune. Looks like he's going for a Scotty after that BKB that he just picked up. Just looking to tank up against the burst damage that can come out from these heroes. Doesn't want to die in a Winter's Curse. And DK Phobos, where is he charging? Oh, just onto the creep wave. Yeah, clean this up. Bashu going for, it looks like a Sanjin Yasha. And Illidan has picked up the Ags. So, actually he had it for that bottom kill, which is why Mag went down so fast. But that gives him a little more of what he needs. He's a lot tankier with that picked up. He can go for maybe a BKB next, might be the choice. Against the Disruptor Static Storm, although he's going for an Ags. Very far away from it, though. Still needs 3,000 gold. Yeah, I think BKB is definitely the choice for Illidan. He just needs to survive. He needs to be able to deal out the damage. And Seema also picked up a Glimmer Cape. So the save potential on both these teams is very, very strong. Try and jump out someone on Vega. Well, Solo will glimpse you back, and Seema will put him in the Cold Embrace, or Winter's Curse you, and Glimmer Cape, the hero that gets gone on. But at the same time, Vega, they also have a hard time going on to VP. There's the Grave for saving, there's the Song of the Siren, there's the Glimmer Cape on Lil. So hard to get pickoffs. Both teams with a lot of burst damage on single heroes, but both teams also with a lot of ways to save someone who gets that pressure out onto them. So now it's Vega's turn to rotate into the enemy jungle. They want to pressure this tower. Solo very, very far up, looking for a jump maybe. He's just going to go for a ward, actually. Try and give them some vision as they go for this tower. You do have TK Phobos off in the top lane, doing some split push pressure. He can charge in if he needs to. But This tower, it looks like... No, it's not going to be sacked. They want to fight this. Oh my goodness! Pashu Bashu just gets exploded! Nice play from Illidan, and now the song comes out, holding them in place, preventing the retreat. G going for the Requiem, and will find it with the BKB pop. Massive damage out. Solo gonna fall here really quickly, as well as Seema, and now no one locked down and in trouble. Will fall. That's a 4 for 1 so far. Lil, the only casualty on VP. That's unstoppable streak for G. He's now 8-3. And that initiation was so perfect onto Pashu Bashu. He had the Blood Rage online, and Lina just walked in and with the Laguna Blade exploded him. And with this, VP, they'll go for a Roche play. Solo is, or no one is looking to contest. He does have the Orchid online now, but I'm not sure he can jump into this. It's just too risky. Song and Siren is down though. He's gonna go for it. Will he find it? No. G gets it yet again, and now lockdown. That's, well, it was a good attempt, but throwing your life away like that after you just lost a fight, really not good. It gives VP a lot of room to work with this Aegis immediately. They're going to go for a tier 2. They may even go high ground. There is no buyback on Storm, but he's only dead for 18 more seconds thanks to that Bloodstone charge, which is now down to 6. So unfortunate death for him. Yeah, so VP will be able to pressure this tier 2, and we'll have to see if they end up going for tier 3 as well. They do have the Aegis, so they may feel that this is their time. And after those fights they took, they can be reasonably sure that there aren't going to be too many buybacks. Bloodright comes out, G silenced up, but he has no care in the world. He does have that Aegis. And there's the Yules up onto Storm Spirit. The charge comes out onto Pashu Bashu, who may fall here. He gets Cold Embrace. The call's coming in on FNG. He is still alive though, and G standing strong. Laguna Blade onto Cena. He's down. Glimpse back onto Illidan, but it's not doing anything. Just brings him closer to Solo, who will fall as well. That's 3 down for the side of Vega. No one's fallen on VP. Even the Aegis still alive, and they'll be able to go high ground off of this. Beautiful fight.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
And long zip in with the TP out, just trying to do what damage he can, but it's not going to be enough. The tier 3 will fall, the racks will fall as well, it looks like, and with that Aegis still online, G is completely comfortable. They may even look to rotate to top lane after this. Nope, they're going to go for the safer play. They're going to go for the tier 2 bottom. Jump onto DK Phobos, but immediately glimmered up, and now they're going to go for the counter play. No one, snowball up to save him, and he's going to be able to get the zip away. So, oh, Winter's Curse on FNG. He's going to fall. Beautiful play, and then initiation from no one. Jumps in onto Lil, but Lil's just a little too tanky with that high armor. Glimmer Cape, but he denies himself. That's really bad. 40 seconds in the grave. Seema the Slayer will just be exploded. Cold Embrace does not save you from Requiem, and that's GG. Well, it looked really bad for VP early, but their team fight just came online in a big way. No one zipping in and doing what he could, but the lockdown was just too extreme, and he couldn't get away from that net from that charge, and was blown up every time. So Vega with 2 very squishy, mobile but squishy cores, not able to stand against the damage and control coming out from the Naga, the Spearbreaker, the Shadow Fiend, and Lina. All heroes with exceptional control. And in the end, VP take it in very, very exciting fashion. 31 minutes in. Well played from both teams. I think Vega, their draft was solid, and just maybe a little bit of an execution fail, but just really hard for Bloodseeker with that Blood Rage on to deal with Alina. And Alina, I think, was a very smart pickup as the final pick for Illidan. So, with that said, Game 1 will go the way of VP. We'll see if Vega can bring it back in Game 2, which will be coming up in just a minute. I've been Sindar. Thanks so much for watching me. This has been an amateur cast, just doing it for some practice. So, if you enjoyed it, feel free to follow me on Twitter, Sindar Gaming, and feel free to check me out on YouTube. The link is on my Twitter. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon.